So I don't know if you guys remember the TV show Pastor's Wives. It was on Honey. It played for some time. I think they played 2-3 seasons. I don't know. After the first season, I saw, I think, 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, no. We are not doing that. That's not a godly personality that we are seeing. Y'all remember this lady here telling another lady that she would take it to some juju. And I'm like, what is the relationship between pastor and juju? What are you talking about? But the show was a little bit wild. There was all kinds of things that came out. A lot of things that we didn't need to have on television. But recently, one of the ladies who is on this show, the pastor's wife, went to do a photo shoot for some promo pictures for something and whatnot. I don't know. This is why I say, be very careful of the world. The world is corrupt. The world only leads to corruption. And that's what we want to talk about. It's the Reality Show with the Daily Christian Commentary videos. For the first time over here, to be sure, check out the other videos that are down in the pinned comment, and I'm going to check you out over there. Do give the video a like. Does help it out. It does help it out. Does help it out in the algorithm. And also, we're going to be doing a little bit of discipleship stuff. So if you are new to the faith, or if you want to kind of like start from scratch, understanding what it is that we have come to faith about, do send me a WhatsApp message on this number. I'm going to be doing a discipleship group very soon. And so WhatsApp me there, and then I will definitely add you to that list of people that we will do that with. Okay, so this particular story, which of the ladies actually went on to do this entire thing, to this photo shoot? It's the lady by the name of Queen Nandi. I think that's how she's known. She is a Methodist pastor's wife. You know, they were very heavy when they were on the show and stuff like that. And so, first of all, she's had a lot of issues over the last couple of things. And so, first season, second season, there was all these other women inside there. There was all kinds of claims that she's now broke, her and the husband are struggling. But there was a video that we would like to commend her on before we talk about these pictures that she did and she posted. This is that video that I saw on an interview that she did with Pastor Piri.
It's like, wow. No, in this economy, how can you be having kids? And when I didn't terminate that pregnancy, but okay, we're gonna cut stipend something. The Methodist Church is becoming the headquarters of the alphabet. Right now, the church is being led of like the past presiding bishop, lesbian in the closet, the current a divorcee who is now a lesbian in the closet as well.
So she spoke about a lot of things, you know, and I think they said there was lawsuits concerning the Methodist Church and her and stuff. And so she spoke out about a lot that some of us would have never heard about things. But the same way we would commend her. And before I go on to reading Bible verses concerning this, if you went to her social media, this is her TikTok account, she used to have little moments where she would do something like this type of videos here where she's there shaking her backside and whatnot and all this shaking her body stuff and stuff. So she used to have little moments where she would do something like that, where it's like, a bit weird. What's going on? Right? And so, and she would have some of these, I just came out of the bathroom type of stuff posted on social media. Also like, what is going? You know? Why are we posting this kind of things? Why is this their content that we are posting? And then she would have these seductive videos where she's seductively dancing and wiggling her back. Yeah, that. So this for me was a little bit too much to say, okay, what is the limit? Is there a limit at all? Is there such a thing where we would say there is a limit? And you can see right here, she did this photo shoot for body, what. As you can see, the title there, it's body positivity, whatever. And it's her photo shoot. I'm not even going to show none of that stuff. They are naked, I don't know, with some women there and stuff like that. What is the pastors with these things? What? Are we sure we understand our role in society? The young girls are seeing these things. Yes, you want to motivate them, body positivity, but must you be naked? Do they have to get you to a point where you are wearing that on social media? Like really, Start small, shaking backside on social media. Before you know it, we now have that. That's your content. Because there is something that we have to note here. If you read Genesis chapter number 3, verse 7 up until 11, it says, and their eyes, the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. Man in his fallen nature sees nakedness. He's aware. Oh, naked. Man. And so, by man, I don't mean men only. We mean men, women. Men in general, mankind in general knows, sees, understands, is captivated by nakedness. So, that we should be careful that becoming our content. Right? So, after they fell, when they ate this thing in the garden, he says their eyes opened and they were aware that they were naked. And he says that, and they heard the voice of the Lord walking in the garden, cold of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord called to Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thee, and I went to hide. And he explains why. Because he saw himself naked. Fallen man. Do you see what you see in that verse? The lesson we get from that verse is that man in his fallen state sees nakedness. Should be careful. That becomes our content. If you jump over to Exodus, right? Exodus chapter number 32, verse number 34 up until down to 25, you will see. And so I said to them, whoever has gold, so this is Aaron breaking down how they ended up with the golden calf, how they ended up into self-worship and diabolical worship. Listen, he says, let him that has it take it off, and gave it to me. And then when I threw it into the fire, out came this calf. So they took off this. And then Moses saw that the people were out of control. There was something in there that had changed. They were now, what are y'all up to? And Aaron had let them run wild. That's why one of the things that we teach in Christianity is self-control. Must be careful that becoming our content. You go over to Revelation chapter number 3 as an example type of the verse. It's speaking from a spiritual understanding, but as an example, listen to this. There's a church that has an issue. You say, I am rich. And I have grown wealthy and need nothing. But you do not realize that you are wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. This is what God says to this church that had gone into self-indulgence. He says, you are naked. That's one of the things he highlights. He says, I counsel you to buy from me gold refined in fire. Meaning, if you were to take out this character that has come before the throne of God, it is refined by value, by being naked. Now, with this whole campaign that, I don't know what campaign they are doing over there, body positivity something, body something. The world has many agendas. I've said this many times. I don't know if it was a campaign or if it was what, but I do know that this was like some type of a club, women club, mom club, something. Can you not talk about positivity without being naked? Are you Linzo now, that American musician? He says, I can't tell you, buy from me gold refined in the fire, that you may become rich, white garments for so that you may be clothed, and your shameful nakedness not exposed. It's an issue. It's a characteristic that we see from one who is saved. Virtue, value, modesty. Must that become our content? Become political activists, body activists. We have a much more bigger, important message to send. A pastor's wife being naked. Haibo. What are we doing? Queen Nandi. Sisters, let's question. Let's question our. We are not like them. So that they will know when we call them out of that, they know what we call them to. We commend the speaking and so forth, But there's also this path that we tread, which is different from. Must be careful of self interfering with that message. It's the Actuality Show with the daily Christian commentary videos. Ambassadors carry the message of the kingdom. The kingdom is more important than the person. We must be careful of the world's agendas, the world's message, the world's. But maybe it's just me. Y'all tell me down in the comment section. Because people nowadays, they just do. So people just do nowadays. Structured show with daily Christian commentary videos. Other episodes done today, they'll be down in the pin comments, and I'm gonna check you out over there. The gospel is the most important thing. The world has many agendas. The message we carry is one. Messiah came, saved, join him. That's our message to the world. Everything else can pause, wait. That's the most important thing to come out of our mouth. It's Ricky. I'll see you later.